when I was younger, all I wanted to ever be was a mum. I don't know why, a mum or a nun, I think. I watched a lot of The Sound of Music and what was the other one? Sister Act. I don't know, I always felt like I really cared about other people, and I was so shy. I was almost like locked in myself. Like I observed so much that was going on around me, but I couldn't ever participate because I just felt like I never found the words or the actions to kind of get involved. And I had an older sister, and she was kind of like, when I was really tiny, she always spoke for me, which was brilliant. She really helped me out. It wasn't something that I ever look back on and think, I wish she hadn't done. And then I picked a best friend when I was literally 3 years old, the same age as Evelina, and she was exactly the same. Outspoken. I wouldn't say she's confident because I know her so well now, down to her bones, because we've been best friends since we were 3 till now. Our birthdays are 1 day apart. But back then, she's one of 7 kids. She's right in the middle of 7, and we just hit it off in a slow way. She always remembers how we first met because apparently I cried my eyes out every time she came near me. I was so awfully shy, and then I just decided one day, I think I really channeled my Maria von Trapp, the I have confidence, and I was like, get over it, like you're so trapped in your own mind. I've got such a huge internal monologue the entire time, so becoming a vlogger, if that had existed back then, I'd have been all over it, because it allows me to just say what's been on my mind, and there's always stuff on my mind. I find it hard to switch off, and I find it hard to find the peace to listen to my own mind. I feel like I have to create time for that, which is really hard in this day and age now with self-isolation. I'm surrounded by people all the time, and I don't know how to process a thought, and I find myself just wandering from room to room. But I'm with my own children, and luckily I could have children. I knew quite early on that that might not be an option because my sister was diagnosed as polycystic ovarian syndrome, and kind of early menopause is how they described it at the time. And I think I was maybe 16, maybe she was, I can't remember the ages, maybe she was 19, and it was very real possibility she couldn't ever become a mother. So hearing that when I was quite young, that could happen, was quite unusual. And I said to her, you know, you can always have my eggs. This is when I was a bit older. You can always have one of my eggs. And she was engaged to somebody who she didn't end up marrying. And she was like, I just don't want your egg. She's like, I don't want to have your baby. She's like, I want to have a baby of my own. And then she met someone online, and he was perfect. And it turned out she was pregnant on their wedding day. And they've had another daughter. I was there at her birth, and motherhood for both of us has been, I guess, what's brought us really, really close together. I miss her a lot at the moment. We don't see each other much because we live so far away, maybe like 3 hours away. But the kids get on so well, and we've been spending so much more time together lately, and she's like, feels so much like my significant other, my other half. Because no one understands ourselves as much as each other. I guess that's a funny thing to say, but I miss her. And the time I've cried the most is thinking I won't ever see my sister again. And I think that because I've got such a close bond with her now that we're older, that's why I'm able to instill it in my children. I know what this becomes. It wasn't that when me and my sister were little. I don't remember us spending loads of time together and loving each other as much as we do now, or loving each other as much as I see my children love each other, who I think genuinely really do appreciate each other. And this time together, you know, these diaries almost that they can keep will be like that time, and how lucky we are to be together. I think being an introvert, it's kind of been okay because my world is very small, but my worries are very high as well because of that. I think non-stop, and the thinking is what does me in, but the children are what make me forget to think and make me in the moment and make me play, and I've always been able to play non-stop. It's something in me. I literally love playing, and I get that from my dad. He was the most playful parent in the world. He just played with us all the time, made us laugh, and I just always thought, as long as I make my kids laugh, it doesn't matter, because he was a police officer. He wasn't around all the time. When he was home, we just laughed so much, and he was able to take the piss out of us, and I needed that because I was so sensitive. I needed somebody to take the piss out of me. That being somebody who loved me made it okay for other people to potentially do that, if that makes sense. So who knows if I use this voiceover, but I'm chatting as I'm doing laundry. If you can hear me sounding puffed out, that's all I'm doing, folding laundry, moving around. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys are okay. A bit of reflection now and then I think is always good, and lots of love. Take care.